Disclaimer: this video is based on sources that should be available in the description. I do not intend to falsely accuse a company of being awful. I only want to spread awareness that other people have done. Hello everyone, it's Mr. Troll delivering an update. Remember back in the day when all of the OG commentary YouTubers were sponsoring established titles? That company that would give you the title Lord or Lady while giving you some land to own? Well, today's video is not sponsored by established titles, and that's for the better. Turns out established titles was nothing but a scam run by big fat liars. Which brings me to today's sponsor. No, not my sponsor, but literally every other channel sponsor. BetterHelp. Every single YouTuber over the last few years has sponsored the crap out of this, telling you how you can get therapy from your phone. Incredible! Until Soggy Cereal, the guy who exposed Iraq, just made a video exposing BetterHelp. Now Mr. Troll is the chosen one, the only YouTuber who has never sponsored BetterHelp, and that's thanks to the stupid higher-ups that refuse to monetize my videos. Therefore, Mr. Troll has the privilege to talk as badly about BetterHelp as possible. Now, let's watch and react to Soggy Cereal's video.
BetterHelp is a 24/7 online therapy service. They promise easily accessible therapy with licensed therapists for an arguably cheap price. They're like Fiverr, but for mental health. And if that sounds like a terrible idea to you, don't worry. That's because it is. The company has been in scandal after scandal after scandal for the past 6 years. Some of you might remember that back in 2018, countless of creators were also being sponsored by BetterHelp, until their first scandal came to light. Remember when I mentioned that they promised licensed therapists? Well, in 2018, the only license they had was for being stinky little liars.
Affordable and private online therapy with a professional. They don't guarantee the verification of the skills, degrees, qualifications, certification, credentials, competence, or background of any counselor. It's your responsibility to determine whether they have any degree or qualification or certification.
But once this came to light, everyone started dropping BetterHelp as a sponsorship, of course.
I was one of the disgusting YouTubers that did a BetterHelp promotion, and this was before I knew any of the the controversy.
So he's saying the quote-unquote psychologist that gives you therapy on BetterHelp are not licensed. You know what that means? You could technically get advice on how to live a happy life from a nihilistic incel. But what offends me here is how the sponsors promise the potential customers that the psychologists are indeed licensed. So in other words, BetterHelp, more like better liars. Am I right?
So the FTC proved that they have been sharing private mental health data of their users, as well as their IP addresses, email address, with companies like Facebook and Snapchat. This mental health data included answers to very personal questions such as sexual orientation, specific reasons for wanting therapy, possible eating disorders, and so much more. Of course, when they were asking those questions of their users, they ensured them that they wouldn't be sharing this at all. Except with their therapist, of course. Yeah. Oh boy, can't wait what ads Facebook is gonna show me now that they think I'm an anxious unemployed widowed bisexual experiencing eating disorders and daddy issues. An ad for BetterHelp? Oh man! And those are just the lies they were caught on so far. And I mean, they've been lying about these ones for years. But you know, poor startup multi-billion-dollar company can't apologize for their actions. It's not their fault that they try to abuse goodwill of their users for personal corporate gain. So let's give them a chance and actually check out their services, and who better to check it out than someone with a master's degree in psychology who is giving therapy right now? My girlfriend.
Which does not exist. Wait, for real? Does this guy actually have a girlfriend? No, no, no! Oh, never mind, she's just a 4. No, I was just trolling, okay? I was just trolling! I did not mean to be mean. No pun intended. This was just Mr. Troll trolling you.
Yeah.
Well, since I'm just a dumb content creator and you're a literal holder of a master's degree in psychology, I would like you to talk about the services BetterHelp provides their users. I mean, look at all these beautiful green BetterHelp check marks, while in-office poop sessions have all these red crosses. You know, unlike in-office therapy, BetterHelp has messaging at any time, chat sessions, video sessions, phone sessions.
I mean, most in-office therapists have phones and laptops as well.
No, they don't. Well, you might have a master's degree, but I'm pretty sure you haven't learned how to message at any time.
I mean, I don't think the BetterHelp therapists are going to answer 24/7. They have their personal lives, and we as therapists want the client to be able to process what they learned and not text us 24/7, because then you're not going to grow as a person.
I think you're wrong. Wait, so you dare say that BetterHelp's perks are actually not perks? They're creps?
Stupid.
I mean, you guys don't have easy to switch providers.
Fuck does that even mean?
Well, either they're talking about switching telecom providers, but I'm pretty sure they're referring to easily being able to switch therapists.
I mean, in-office therapists can be changed.
No! We all know you're assigned an in-office therapist at birth and then can't change it for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Jokes aside, my in-office therapist had basically all of these services. I mean, I could text her whenever, I could mail her. When I had to move abroad to Sweden,
Oh, so they live in cold Scandinavia. Welcome home, buddy.
we just did video call therapy for 4 months. So this deceitful chart should actually look like this. Okay, so can you guess how much they dare ask for this?
It's supposed to be cheaper than in-office therapy, right? So, $120.
$300! I'm sorry. More specifically, $260 to $360 a month, depending on location, preferences, and therapist availability. Do you know how much I paid for my 2 60-minute sessions for in-office therapy a month?
$130.
$130. Like, who the fuck is this service even for?
Wait, how much does it cost? Seriously, I thought such YouTuber-sponsored companies would be cheaper than old-fashioned therapy, and once again they lie directly to people's noses, saying they are cheap. No, they are not cheap. They are cheap skates.
You know what? We shouldn't be judging the BetterHelp platform without having tried it. We're not paying for... Yeah, we don't have $300 laying around. No, there are enough horror stories on TikTok where they share what I hope no one will ever have to experience in therapy. So you want to watch some TikToks?
No.
No, soggy cereal. Your girlfriend literally told you she does not want to watch TikToks. Do not force her to watch such horror, and instead you better treat your queen nicely, or else she will leave you for someone like Mr. Troll who will actually treat her nicely all the time, as long as he gets something in return, or else he will go full on rage mode if he doesn't. Chill out, I was just trolling, okay? Mr. Troll was trolling yet again.
I did BetterHelp for about 3 weeks, and the straw that broke my back was when the therapist was in office for the first time. The last time was in her living room, and I was like, I'm just gonna believe no one else is there. As I log onto the video, she's talking to someone, and then just stops talking. It's like, hey, how are you? So let's get started. I'm like, someone is in there. She gets up, walks out an open door, meaning there was no privacy, goes into the lounge of like the office, makes popcorn while I'm talking, and then comes back with me, sits down and is eating popcorn with her mouth full, just chewing. What?
Wait, was I supposed to react to something?
How many years do you think it's going to be before we see a true crime documentary about BetterHelp?
So I tried BetterHelp twice. I actually got a refund from them. So my first therapist was 10 minutes late to our 10-minute meeting, our first initial meeting. And then she was like, oh, wow, we don't have a lot of time. I contacted them and I got a different therapist. He was also late and just completely missed our first meeting. We set a second one. He missed that one. And then he just texted like, oh man, I'm so sorry. I was at my other job. And I was just like, what?
Wait, didn't they advertise in-office therapy being bad because they have waiting times? With in-office therapy, you've got to spend time in their waiting rooms. With BetterHelp, you can save that time and spend it in our waiting rooms.
This is not a BetterHelp ad.
Do I have to say anything else? This whole Soggy Cereal video could have been shortened to just a few seconds with Soggy Cereal yelling, "They are big fat liars!"
I tried BetterHelp like a year ago. And in my first meeting, they're like, well, what are you struggling with? And I tell them I have an anxiety disorder, a panic disorder, and I'm dealing with depression. To which he goes, I don't think you really have those disorders. It's just society's fault because right now they're oppressing men. You can't go out and compliment a woman without becoming a sex offender. Now, I'm just gobsmacked by this. Just like, what? But he continues down this tangent. And then he goes, well, and you're also a straight white man, so of course you're the reason that everything in the world is bad. When you look at history and think about it, we're really the saviors of the world. Yeah, I closed the laptop after that, and I was done. Don't do BetterHelp.
Imagine paying like $300 a month just to get assigned to Andrew Tate with a psychology degree.
That guy might have as well spent his money on Hustlers University.
Look, I'm not saying that BetterHelp never helped anyone. I mean, that would be crazy. There have been people who said that their platform actually improved their mental health enormously. But with the countless horror stories and their shady practices, I don't know if the goods outweigh the bads.
If you want to talk to a therapist, you may as well talk to a stranger at a bar. That's what I do. Sometimes I get good advice, sometimes not. The difference, however, is that I do not spend a crap ton of money for that.
I don't think YouTubers have to only advertise the greatest of products. However, when a company with such a shady and deceitful past tries to sell something as important as a mental health service, that in my opinion is both overpriced and sucks, yeah, well, that should be called out, and I think creators should be informed. So if you know anyone that still does BetterHelp sponsorships, you can just show them this video.
Alright, so the takeaway here, don't spend your money on big fat liars. Instead, spend your money on Mr. Troll, because Mr. Troll needs more money so that Mr. Troll can afford making better quality videos. Better help Mr. Troll with that, okay? Also, like, subscribe and comment for the algorithm or else Mr. Troll may troll you again.